caps. You guys look so great, and it's so great to be here with you all. Thank you so much for being here for the right reason, and that's to support the next President of the United States of America, Donald J. Trump. It really is great to be here. We've had such a good time in Wisconsin and kind of reconnecting with a little bit of family roots here. My grandma was born in Wisconsin, and my favorite brother-in-law in the world, he's from a little tiny town here in Wisconsin. And another cool connection that we have, I just got a text from your good old number 64 from back in the Packers sweep days, Jerry Kramer. Yeah, you cheeseheads, yeah. You know, we're cheeseheads up there in Alaska too. We don't have a team that we get to claim, you know, we don't have pro teams up there, so any connection that we have, well, a good connection we have is my dad played ball with Jerry Kramer back in the day, back in high school days. And so we get to claim, you know, that, okay, we have this connection with the Packers, so we're all cheeseheads up there, we claim. And by the way, we're on this mission right now to try to get your Jerry Kramer finally inducted in Canton into the NFL Pro Football Hall of Fame, and we have Donald Trump helping us do that too. So Wisconsin, you're going to get a good benefit from Trump with one of your favorite players of all times. It is really good to be here, you guys. Are you ready to make America great again? Well, here's the deal. You cannot lose your beautiful state to Hillary. And here's what's going to happen. Remember that Hillary, she's the continuation of Obama, right? You know, the press, you guys even got to admit that. Her policies, her people, it's just going to be the continuation of Obama. And Wisconsin cannot afford that. You know, there's been too much job loss. There haven't been enough victories, and there will be more and more victories under President Trump for Wisconsin. So you have to consider on Tuesday, when you're voting for who it is that you want to see representing the Republican Party to go up against Hillary, you have to consider who it is who can beat Hillary. Remember, Obama kicked the Cruz people's butt here in 2012. The Cruz people being Romney and those guys. Well, Romney and those guys, they and Cruz all working together now. The representation that is kind of being made manifest in that team is it's not going to bode well for Wisconsin if it's Cruz on the ticket and not Trump. Trump is the only one who can beat Hillary Clinton. But you know, because of the state of the media as it is today, sometimes you just don't get the accurate information that you need, do you? Sometimes sometimes, most of the time, things are twisted and turned, and Donald Trump's positions and policies aren't necessarily reported accurately. So let's do a little pop quiz for the sake of the media. Maybe if you guys yell out the answer, then maybe the media will listen to you all, and they can, with respect for you, they will be able to report accurately the answer to these simple questions. Okay, Wisconsin. Who is the only candidate who has actually created middle-class jobs and helped Americans realize the American dream? Who is it? Who is the only candidate who promotes women in his own company and has shattered the glass ceiling decades before that was a popular thing to do? Who respects the women? Who's the candidate who relies not on those paid political hacks and consultants, those guys who keep losing election and election and election over and over and over again? Who's the one who ignores all that kind of political hacking and actually relies on good advice from the strong women around him, like his strong, confident daughter? Who's that? Donald Trump. Who's the only candidate who doesn't support that job-killing trade plan of President Obama's? Hey, you guys, the media, you keep getting that one wrong too. You know, Cruz has supported it. He does support it. He has twisted his position on the trail, and you guys need to start calling him out on that. So thank you guys for having the right answer for the media. Thank you. Who is the only candidate who has spent decades fighting Washington, D.C. as they have just boxed up and shipped out our manufacturing jobs overseas? Who's the only candidate who fights that? only candidate not owned by the special interests in those Wall Street crony capitalists? Who's the only candidate who's not receiving a government paycheck? And who's the only candidate who has inspired a movement? He has truly enlarged the tent, as Republicans usually claim they want to do. Now Trump gets kind of clobbered for doing even that, for bringing in independents and blue dog Democrats and others who are just saying, come on, America, enough is enough of what's going wrong out there in the world. We can finally do things right by electing Donald J. Trump, who is the only candidate who knows how to win. He knows the art of the deal, and he's in it for the right reasons. Self-funded, never having to be bought and sold by these corporate donors that are so involved in everybody else's campaign. Who is the only independent candidate who's in this for the right reasons for you? Amen. Now, I know that the only thing standing in between you and hearing from the next president of the United States is me, so I'm going to get out of the way. And it is such an honor to get to introduce